not really a tutorial, but it is a project that I was working on to commemorate my son's transition from a bunk bed to a standard bed. He needed bed legs, and I figured, well, why not go ahead and make some legs out of concrete? And Christmas Sale and Ryobi are not sponsors, unless they want to be. And that being said, I'll show you what I did do. So this is what it looks like, nice and carved out. This one's actually scratched up pretty bad. It's not going to look so good. In the process here of laying out where I think the boards would lay. There's already a little wood grain texture from when I painted the bacon grease into the can. And I did that on a nice cold day so that it would hold those bacon greasy ridges while I poured the concrete in. This will come out better once it's painted. And then same goes, you can see I started making boards here, but it's best to go through and carve out your bands first. That way you have a place for the trowel to sit to start your board lines. Keep it nice and even. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it's best to do this first. And then I've kind of curved this piece. Makes it a little easier to hold. You can see I made one little board there. Go in about whatever looks right. Just keep doing that all the way around. So, going ahead and put Mod Podge and black paint together and just kind of get it in all the crevices. Do the first step. The fire, that's just a nice way to make sure you get the moisture out of the concrete first. I probably let it sit there for a few hours. Enjoyed the fire. You could use these for planters or just to like put a planter on. Nice garden decoration. Or actually, put them around your fire and keep the wood. They actually help distribute some of the heat. And you get the next layer is just kind of stipple on the white paint to brighten everything up. That way when you go through with your browns, it's not too dark. And if you know what color theory, how it works, it's basically lighter than you would expect colors layered on top of each other. A little bit of dry brushing. In this case, I like to use the edge of the bristles because as long as your brush is kind of scraped off well enough, you can get some good top layers. Leave those recessed areas kind of dark. This little gunmetal paint went through, make the bands look a little shiny and like they're actually made of metal. Once that's done, dried, this is just more Mod Podge, a little water, maybe a drop of dish soap, not a lot. And of course some more black paint. Putting it on nice and liberally, lots of gray tones at this time, but it'll dry mostly clear, and all those colors will start getting muted. This is after that. There's a little bit of touch-up needs to happen here and make the wood look less dirty. Most paints end up looking a little dark when they're wet and lightening up quite a bit when they dry, so this is the true dry brushing towards the end of the painting process. And it just looks a little better when you bring in those little highlights. Makes it look a little more dusty rather than wet. And then a thick coat of pure Mod Podge. That is the clear coat. It goes on real white. Dries clear as can be. Helps hold everything together. You really get those bristles in there. I like to get once I've stippled it in, I like to do a nice streak up and then kind of go across. That way on those bands there, it looks, there's a little texture to it.
Project done.
Complete.
Does the job, lifts it up off the floor. It's no longer a bunk bed.
It's just a normal bed.
It's just a normal bed.